Welcome to Episode 1, Why Talent Alone Never Builds a Winning Team. This is Leadership Insights, brought to you by Alpha Consulting. Leaders, football clubs, and business owners all seek talented individuals. However, talent without structure leads to confusion. Without standards, it causes inconsistency. Without culture, it fosters ego. Without leadership, it results in wasted potential. This is the reality behind successful teams. The strongest teams are not assembled by gathering the most capable individuals, but by transforming individual talent into collective discipline. Welcome to From the Pitch to the Boardroom, the leadership podcast from Alpha Consulting Services. Here, we translate lessons from elite football into practical business leadership insights. I am Frank, founder of Alpha Consulting Services. My experience in sales, leadership, business ownership, and consulting has shown that while talent is important, it alone does not build a winning team. You may have top performers in various roles, but if the surrounding system is weak, their talent has limited impact. Over time, cracks emerge, standards decline, communication falters, egos dominate, and the team becomes reliant on individuals rather than strengthened by them. Today, we will explore why talent alone does not create winning teams and what leaders must establish around talent to achieve sustained performance. Football gives us the clearest picture of this principle because the scoreboard is honest. You can talk about potential, reputation, transfer value, and individual brilliance, but when the match starts, the team has to function as one. Some clubs invest in skilled players but still appear disjointed. Despite their abilities, they lack cohesion. Players do not operate as a unit. Pressing is uncoordinated. The midfield fails to support the defense, and attacks depend on isolated moments. While often labeled a form issue, it is typically a matter of leadership and structure. An effective football manager defines roles, sets standards, builds habits, communicates expectations, and enforces consequences. Every player must understand their role, the team's needs, and which behaviors are unacceptable regardless of their talent. That is why disciplined teams often beat more talented teams. In 2004, Greece was not the most technically gifted side in Europe, but Otto Rehhagel built a structure in which every player understood the mission, role, standard, and sacrifice required. They did not win because they had the biggest names. They won because the team was aligned, disciplined, and committed to the system. Business leaders should note that building a strong business does not require the most high-profile team. Success depends on individuals who understand the vision, uphold standards, communicate effectively, fulfill their roles, and trust the system. Relying solely on talent in business is risky. High performers may temporarily mask issues, but their abilities can hide problems, like poor processes, weak communication, or uneven workloads. The problem is not the talented individual, but the leader who allows the organization to become overly dependent on them. This pattern is common in sales, retail, consulting, and growing businesses. One or two individuals become indispensable, consistently solving problems and handling key tasks. Although they appear to be valuable assets, this creates significant dependency risk. If these key individuals leave, burn out, disengage, or are promoted without sufficient support, the system's weaknesses become evident. The business then realizes it has built dependency on a few contributors rather than a true team. This is not effective leadership. It exposes the organization to unnecessary risk. At Alpha Consulting Services, I regularly reference the 5 pillars of leadership, which form the foundation of effective teams: vision and strategy, team assembly and culture, tactical communication, performance management, and legacy and succession. All 5 pillars are essential for talent to thrive. Without vision, teams lack direction. Without culture, individuals impose their own standards. Without communication, confusion and frustration increase. Without performance management, effort is subjective and accountability is unclear. Without succession, the business remains vulnerable due to insufficient leadership depth. A well-led football team demonstrates these principles. Vision guides play style, culture sets behavioural standards, communication maintains cohesion under pressure, performance management identifies contributors and those falling behind. Succession protects the club when key individuals depart. Permitting different standards for team members quickly undermines control. Excusing high performers for poor behaviour because of their results leads to cultural decline. Team members notice these inconsistencies, even if unspoken. They observe who is held accountable, who is protected, and who is allowed to disregard meetings, undermine colleagues, ignore processes, or mistreat customers due to their revenue generation. This erodes leadership's moral authority. Just as football teams notice when star players follow different rules, business teams recognise similar disparities. When standards seem negotiable, trust declines and effective leadership becomes more challenging. Leaders must be clear. Talent should create opportunities, not exemptions. A leader's role is to convert talent into meaningful contributions. This requires clarity, structure, and honest dialogue. Leaders should consider what purpose should this person's talent serve, what role best fits them, which behaviours and standards are necessary, what support and accountability will help them excel. Many leaders avoid these questions to prevent upsetting strong performers. However, high performers usually seek clarity and want to understand expectations and boundaries. Weak leaders confuse freedom with lack of direction, while strong leaders provide a clear framework and expect results within it. That is how you move from individual brilliance to collective strength. This week, objectively assess your team. Rather than asking, do I have talented individuals, consider whether your leadership system enables that talent to strengthen the entire team. Start with 3 practical checks. First, role clarity. Does each team member understand what success looks like in their role, defined by specific behaviours and measurable outcomes? Second, standards. Are behavioural expectations consistent for everyone, including top performers? Third, dependency. If your best employee were absent for 30 days, could the team still function effectively, or would problems arise immediately? These questions may be uncomfortable for some, they are beneficial. Effective leadership requires confronting difficult truths. Comfort does not create a winning environment, clarity does. The goal is not to diminish the value of talent, but to ensure it is fully utilised. Providing talented individuals with structure, standards, and purpose enables them to enhance team performance. Without proper management, they risk becoming isolated contributors in a weak system. Talent starts the conversation, leadership decides the outcome. A successful team is not built by relying solely on talented individuals. It requires vision, clear standards, effective communication, disciplined performance, and strong leadership. This applies equally in sports and business. To build a stronger team, first evaluate the system in which your current employees operate, rather than focusing only on new hires. A weak system causes inconsistent performance, while a strong system enables ordinary individuals to achieve exceptional results together. This distinction separates merely collecting talent from truly building a cohesive team. If this episode is making you think about the standards, structure, or leadership depth inside your own team, that is the work Alpha Consulting Services helps leaders implement. Leadership knowledge is everywhere. Leadership implementation is not. Leadership is not defined by speeches, slogans, or titles. It is established through the standards you set, the behavior you demonstrate, the conversations you engage in, and the decisions you make under pressure, whether you lead a business, a team, a department, or yourself. The principle remains: talent requires direction, culture requires protection, communication requires discipline, performance requires accountability, and succession requires intention. This is From the Pitch to the Boardroom, presented by Alpha Consulting Services. If this episode challenged your perspective, please share it with someone who leads, manages, coaches, or aspires to grow. Remember, winning teams are not built by chance. They are built through consistent leadership.